Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome to Necromunda Hired Gun, the latest attempt by Focus Home Interactive and the development studio Strom Own Studios to make a good to decent Warhammer 40k game. Their latest attempt at doing so, Deathwing, was, not a very good attempt, but this one, well, this is a fair bit better, in my opinion. They're getting a hell of a lot closer to the real 40k shooter experience with this one. This is a looter shooter where you traverse various 40k landscapes, and beautiful 40k landscapes as well, I gotta say. You can accuse Straeum of a couple things. Making rather janky and buggy games is absolutely one of them. If this is apparently available on console as well, not that I would know, console peasantry and all that. But if you were considering getting this on console, I would strongly suggest you don't. Because I've heard literally nothing but awful things about the console version, which apparently barely even works, so yeah, there's that. The PC version runs well enough. There's a few little... oh, good God, they hurt, though. There's a few little performance issues, absolutely, even on my rig. This is a GeForce 1080. There's also an additional 32 gigs of RAM or so on a fairly modern-day setup, everything considered. It should be able to run pretty much everything pretty darn smoothly, and for the most part, it does, despite... ooh, hello. The game looking quite pretty. This is not bad. The texture quality itself is a little on the meh side on the enemies too. Ow! God, I hate you little sneaky bastards, invisible little whammonses. But the overall aesthetics and the look of it, man, again, they nail 40k, there's no doubt about that. To the point where I'm kind of like, stop making shooters and make a strategy game, because then you could make the absolute most out of your grasp of the architectural part of it. Or hell, an RPG. Oh, I would love an RPG made by these guys. And honestly, considering their occasionally janky approach to first-person shooter mechanics, it almost feels they might have better luck with that. Anywho, you've already seen a little bit of the first-person shooter nonsense right here. This is a side mission, by the way, and it's a somewhat poorly... keep scaring the living crap out of me. A somewhat poorly designed one. My objective is to wander up and down this train and kill hordes of constantly respawning enemies, until eventually lieutenants spawn. And then I need to murder the lieutenants as well. After which, eventually, my mission objectives will all be completed. I've currently got 3 out of 8 lieutenants, and I only found 1 out of 2 treasure chests, which is slightly disappointing. The enemies will constantly respawn, though you do need to leave the area to allow them to do so, so you're kind of just walking up and down the train, murdering anything that stands in your way, hoping that one of them will actually be a lieutenant. Not the greatest of mission design, really. It gets a little bit, God, I hate them. I do dislike these a great deal as well. I am firing at this dude with a bloody bolt gun, and yet he is blocking me with a tiny little metal shield? Oh, come on now. That does not seem reasonable at all now, does it? Burped. Still a little fine to your left. There we are. You go down to the heavy stepper. This is why I do tend to bring a heavy weapon. The general gameplay itself is quite solid, though there are some design decisions I'm not a particularly huge fan of. You may notice I am taking an absolute buttload of damage from literally everything. And yet I don't seem to be dying. Why is that? Well, if you keep a close look down by my hand, you will see that once I take damage, I'll get this little red glowing aura thing around it. This means that once that is active, I will actually heal as I do damage to the enemy. So whilst you're fighting, you will also be actively healing as well. Now this is a very nice idea, kind of a little bit reminiscent of how Space Marine did it, where you had to carry out melee executions on enemies to regain health. That was a pretty cool system, and this is clearly inspired by that, but I don't think it works out quite as well. Because here you have to take damage first before then being allowed to regenerate. I originally started the game playing on hard difficulty because I am not a complete vagina, but after encountering enemies so unfathomably spongy as to eat literally 2 to 3 full magazines of bolter ammo straight to the torso without giving so much as a single shite about it, I gave up because I was so frustrated with this game, so incredibly frustrated. I was ready to start recording a video and just tear this game a new asshole, because I was hating every single solitary second about it at that point. And you got a little bit of a view of it there. That took me like 1.5 magazine to kill that lieutenant. On the previous difficulty, that would have taken me 3 magazines. It was to the point that I was literally just emptying mag after mag after mag after mag into the enemy whilst taking continuous damage and therefore also healing continuously whilst doing so. Essentially, we were just endlessly damage sponging off each other, and it was horrible. It was like 2 vampires just beating each other over the head whilst regenerating too swiftly for either one to kill the other. Oh, holy hell, it was terrible. Oh god, do not play this game on hard. At least not until you get some serious weapon upgrades. But I stuck with it, I got some upgrades, I got some abilities, and I am warming to this game rapidly. Very much so. The side missions are not the best representation of it because they're kinda dumb and straightforward. They are essentially there for you to be able to grind a little bit of extra money so you can get some upgrades, some weapon upgrades, for example. Let's go over here. The game has an extensive weapons upgrade system with several different modules available for each and every gun, which is quite lovely. Let's have a look at what we've got here, for example. We've got Iron Rain, that's a nice one. The Burning Sun, the plasma rifle. I just picked up a new Arcotech thingity-bob, I do believe, though it is not available here. The interface system is a little waffly at times, because I can't currently access all of them, I believe, which is a little dumb. We've got some new Archeotech as well, the Lucky Charm, we'll slap that on there. It gives you a chance to gain extra loot when killing an enemy, which is really nice. I do like the sudden explosion of loot too, that's always neat. We can slap a little laser sight on it, why not? I'll do that, increase my accuracy a little bit. A concentrator, allowing me to fire bursts of plasma. That might not be a bad idea. Oh, slap one of those on there as well. And optics. A nice little reflex sight would be lovely. Thank you very much. Combat sights, standard sights, long-range scope. Let me just get this here. A little reflex sight. That's lovely. There you go. You can see the same is also available for stuff like the Bolter. The Bolter, which has a kind of tiny magazine, I'd love to be able to upgrade that with a drum. It'll reduce handling quite drastically, though. Really drastically, in fact. I'll satisfy myself with a high-capacity mag, I think. Maybe there's some ways for me to increase the handling a little bit as well. That would not be a terrible idea right now. Nothing there. Maybe I've got a better foregrip. I do. It decreases the accuracy, but honestly, I was kind of thinking of using this as a little bit of a sniper-ish weapon, which is why I put a bigger scope on it, but my favorite setup does not really have the accuracy for that, so I am going to put on the regular standard sights instead, I think. There we go. This is a really cool little system right here, and I do appreciate it. You've also got the ability to change your appearance a little bit if you want so by the bartender.
Goliath took out another Escher lab. Seems Kinda counterproductive if you ask me.
I agree. Goliath's knocking out the labs, making all of their stims. Seems a bit derpy then. The models themselves are not at all bad. The voice acting is a little bit up and down, to put it mildly. Some of it's really good, like the chick playing the bartender, for example. That's very good. I like that. Cal Jericho. Yes, the Cal Jericho. In this game, you basically play the less charismatic, less interesting, and less charming sidekick of Cal Jericho. An old familiar acquaintance to those long in the tooth in the 40k community. I remember reading graphic novels about him many years ago at this point. You can also, of course, purchase some weapons and biometric upgrades. This is a cool part because you gain tons of special abilities. And again, look, you got quite a lot. There is a lot of upgrade potential, which is pretty darn cool. I may give myself a little bit of extra health because why not? Maybe an energy bonus? A little bit of more health, honestly. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. And let's wander off on a mission. The missions are really, really cool. The Colossus, that takes place on the massive train. That's awesome. The Genitorum is a massive Genitorum complex under attack by a huge swamp monster. That's pretty cool as well. So let's have a look at Geister Station, shall we? Let me, actually, let's see, this one? Yeah, let me switch this one out for my plasma gun, shall we? And let me try out the Pious Legacy, that's the shotgun. Yeah, let's try out the shotgun for a little bit, shall we? Why not? I know I just upgraded the weapons I literally just now removed, but hey. You gotta live a little bit interestingly, don't you? You can also buy some weapons here. This is the grenades, there's medkits, and there's stims, which automatically resurrects you should you die, and rat skin maps, which of course we purchase because they're rat skin maps. All hail Skavendom. Okay, maybe dragging around the skinned corpse of a Skaven is not quite necessarily entirely Skaven-y in origin, but no, you know what? I think Skaven would approve. Ooh. Speaking of Skaven, this looks deliciously ratty. There is actually a cult of rat-worshipping crazies in Necromunda, which are awesome. Awesome. I almost said awful. That was a terrible misspoke. English. They're awesome. Of course, they're fantastic. They're great. They're the best thing ever, in fact. Well, the best thing. But the second best thing ever, there's no fall damage, by the way, so is the fact that you have yourself a pet. I'm pretty sure this is Ratkin territory. It looks an awful lot like it. You have a pet, your faithful Cyber Mastiff, which you summon by pressing a squeaky toy. Of course. The rat. I wish you could have a pet rat. I would much prefer it if I could have a pet rat, frankly. There you go, finally going down there. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you very much, doggo. It marks the enemies for you, which is excellent. Oh, heavens, I almost fell down there. And it also allows you... I feel like I shouldn't be sliding around quite so much in this territory. It seems a little bit hazardous. It marks your enemies, and it also goes to nom them. Very useful. The marked enemies thing, honestly, is the most useful thing, because one of the critiques I have about the game is actually related to the surrounding area. Now, as awesome as this is, and as 40k Underhive as this is, I am now fighting light blue to grey enemies surrounded by a light blue to grey constant background. It's genuinely kind of difficult and annoying to pick out the bad guys. Holy Christ. Would you just... Right, we have here a nice little example of the bullet soaky aspect that I was talking about. Holy shit, there you go. Where you end up in a situation with certain enemies being so goddamn tanky, and there was a shotgun too at point blank range, that you essentially just end up trading damage with them, praying that your vampiric aura will be able to out-heal their damage. Oh. I hear the tingly light noises of a loot box. Where? Oh, where could it be hiding? Right, let's see if the auger array can spot it. No such luck. I can hear the damnable thing. Is it down here? Is it down here? Is it down here? This is starting to seem rather hazardous, if I had to be entirely honest with you. Aha! Yes? No? Well, shit. Now I'm confused. Now I'm very confused. Unless, is it so simple that it's just up here? Is it that simple? No. Well, goddammit. It sounds like it's inside of the pillar. Right, well, there is a loot box around here somewhere. I just can't actually find the bloody thing. That sound, like, that is the sound the loot boxes make. I am not going crazy. I don't think so. Is it climbable? No. Okay. No. Well, this is baffling and frustrating and mildly annoying. Oh, maybe. Aha! There you go. I do like the fact that they hide the loot boxes a little bit. Oh, Hashin I +3. Oh, that sounds awesome. Whilst you can only bring so many weapons into the missions, once you are in, you can then pick up however many weapons you please. Well, to a certain degree. How the hell do I get out of here now, then? Oh, right, never mind. I keep forgetting I have this. Like, you can just zip around the landscape. There you go. Now, without wasting any further ado, let's extract whatever the hell this is. Ooh. Neato Cheeto. Ow. Right, well. There's a surprising amount of psykers chilling around in the Underhive, too, I gotta say. You'd think those would be fairly rare, but you would be mistaken. I can't see what the hell I'm actually shooting at. Right, let's just hope I can out-damage whatever it is. Heightened sensors. Let's just grenade the little bastards. There you go. That's got to deal with some of them, right? Ah, shield shits. That's why I'm not actually doing any bleeding damage to them. Right, blast. Shields. Boom. Did that? Nope. Come on! What the God's good green earth is that awful shield made out of? Ouchies. You can also melee takedown, which occasionally works, occasionally doesn't. It's a slightly frustrating thing. Ow, ow, ow. But I'm still alive. I really should be dodging more. There is, as you can see, a dodging mechanic where you can also air dash, double jump, and all of that good stuff. You can also zoom into the enemy using this here. And you can use that to grab their shields away. Another thing that I really should be doing far more often. Holy hell. And then, of course, you've also got the ability wheel right here. Headshot. Whew. Which you can use to great effect, though, unfortunately, it doesn't slow down time whilst you're bringing it up, which I find to be rather annoying, honestly. I can slow down time by using this, and then I can use last, there you go, to do a bunch of damage, but you really should be able to slow down time whilst you're opening the menu, because trying to figure out what the hell is what whilst you're doing this is mildly annoying. Let's activate perfect aim for a little bit there. That actually just gives you auto-aim for a small period of time, which is quite neat. Holy ouchies. Right, is anything off cooldown yet? Nope. Right, let's just keep moving. That was not what I wanted, and dead. And, the game is not bloody easy, and one of the problems I do have as well, whilst I am really starting to warm to this kind of shooty bang bang action, it's a little bit reminiscent of Doom, but the problem is, in Doom, you are fighting lots of demonic entities. They're all very large, they're all very visually distinct, they're very obvious. They do not blend in with the environment at all. They're huge goddamn demonic monsters, usually in very distinct surroundings. God damn it, just bloody die, you spongy little piece of god-awful shit. I beg of you, please just fall over dead already by the God Emperor's holy ballsack. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, the sponge is still a little bit real, in my opinion. Oh. And also, a key element of Doom as well is a lot of them use projectile weapons that actually, move slowly over the landscape towards you. Fireballs, rockets, and attack like that. Very little of it is actually full-on proper hit-scanning nonsense. Yet here, stuff like machine guns, the projectiles fly so fast, you can't really dodge them. Am I supposed to go down here? I feel like the game is telling me to go down here. I also feel like I'll die if I go down there. Well, tally-ho! Oh, I didn't die. Well, that's neat. I should use the plasma gun more, because I feel like that's probably going to be a hell of a lot more devastating than the shotgun, which feels absolutely awful. But yes. You can dodge by using your little squeaky thing here, and that does give you, I believe, a degree of basically invulnerability frames, quote-unquote, because there is a percentage chance when you can't get hit whilst doing so. Boy, I'm glad I'm more cyborg than human, otherwise this would surely break every bone in my body. Right, let's do the heightened senses and combine that with Augur Array to get a decent look at what's in front of me here. Oh, doggo. Am I being shot at from somewhere? I am. Well, that's unfortunate. And you're not dead yet. There you go. Yes, the plasma gun feels a little bit more devastating, I gotta say. Give me that. And then you can get stabbed. Stabbing people also regains a little bit of health, even if you're not currently taking damage, which is neat. You can, of course, regenerate your shields. That is possible via little shield things on the floor, like one I just picked up there. But I really think they might be better off using actual health regeneration items on the ground as well, so as to make the game not quite as spammy the slide button reliant. That would be quite nice, honestly. That is the problem. Again, when you want the game to have, like, full-on projectile weaponry like machine guns, you will get hit, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it, outside of adding in the ability to mitigate by avoiding a percentage of that damage via slides and jumps and little zoomy things like this. And, of course, the ability to do a little bit of temporary bullet time as well. Yet a further hole. Oh, hi. Okay. Apparently, we're running now. Yay! Oh, Jesus. Oh, right. Game is having a little bit of a hard time. Oh. Why there are tons of Hades assault drills here in the Underhive, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not really going to ask that many questions either. Ah, yes, the classic, open the door ever so slowly whilst inevitable death crawls its way towards you. Whilst, of course, inevitable death also always pauses for long enough to allow you to get away. Oh well. We're seeing some performance issues here as well, currently ongoing. That should stop it, right? Right? Right. I was correct in my assumption. Well, I'm not home free just yet. We have a little bit of a war ongoing, do we? Lovely. Let's toss on some perfect aim and just start just pashing out this plasma. Did you enjoy that, my little lovelies? I'm sure you did. Once you're loading into a new area, as you can see, the frame rate takes a pretty severe beating. That could be better. And I'm imagining as well, if this is how it is on PC, the console version is probably very, very, very sad in these areas. I do appreciate the fact that you can see the white outlines around the enemies. Thank God for that. That tells me that the guys who made this were already playing it and realizing, yeah, the enemy kind of blend into our incredibly colorful background and we need some way to actually spot them. That's very, very neat. Death by frame rate. Otherwise, again, I do feel like the gunplay is pretty damn solid, and it's probably the best 40k gunplay we've received so far, though, granted, that is, not necessarily a field in which there is overflowing competition. Oh, hello there. Gosh darn it, die already. I probably should be doing the charge thing more often. Oh, I thought that was supposed to doing a charge thing. Apparently it was not. Gosh darn. Ow, 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 ow. Whew. As much as I understand the whole idea about doing damage to heal, and I do, in theory, again, appreciate it and believe it to be a fairly good idea, it just... What the hell? It makes you feel a little desperate, particularly also when the enemy has a nasty habit of simply just spawning on top of you. It makes it feel like you're more dependent on the enemy than your own abilities almost to stay alive, and since you have to get hit to start healing as well, I think there should be another way to regain health too. Maybe by having like an actual execution system, or perhaps some kind of a trick kill thing. You know, maybe if you can kill them while zooming along in a zip line, you'll regenerate health. Or maybe hitting them with the special abilities, maybe having a leech ability. A bit more in the way of actively regaining health that you've got a direct control over would be kind of nice, in my opinion. Bad Goliaths, bad. I do like the plasma gun. It's certainly a hell of a lot more potent than the awful-ass shotgun. Oh, Jesus. The frame rate really does not like this area. I feel like I gave the game a little bit too much credits for its performance here, because I said it didn't really perform all that badly, and, well... And the game is making a filthy, dirty, whorish liar out of me right now, I feel like. Destroy the evil ambots. Well, please die. Thank you. Well, die. I suppose cease functioning is the more correct term in this case. Right, I gotta try and save a little bit of ammo here. Let's use the awful-ass shotgun for a bit, then. So long as I'm just shooting good old-fashioned little squishy enemies, it shouldn't be that bad. They only eat 3 rounds of buckshot to the chest before falling over. That's tolerable. Or 1 critical hit to the head. That works too. Am I being shot at from behind? I don't know. Ow? I am! Where do you guys even keep coming from? That is the question I keep asking myself as I slay you. I suppose it's kind of necessary for them to kind of just keep coming, since they are also my health packs after all. If I run out of them, I run out of means to regenerate my health, which is also a little bit of an issue, isn't it? God damn it. Ow! Oh, you're free. Well, that's a problem. Particularly as dodging your melee strikes is a little bit more complicated than I would like, considering, you know, the whole lagginess nonsense. Thank God the shotgun's got a huge ammo reserve, if nothing else. Heavens. I will happily admit I'm somewhat out of practice when it comes to first-person shooters, but oi. The frames are not making it easier to aim. Ooh. Ooh. This is hectical, though, and it is fun. I can't deny it, though, again, this is already on... Ow, ow. God damn it. I can't see where the bloody enemy is because the frames... There you go. Holy heavens. The damage you take is not particularly forgiving either, as you can probably tell. The enemies are still a little bit too spongy, in my opinion. They could be... I don't know, 25% less maybe? Maybe that would be too little again. I should get out of the area with a bright red light, because apparently that's what's really screwing it over. Ow. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, heavens. Yeah, this area is really hellish. Let me just sponge some more health off the Ambolt with my vampiric revolver aura. Good God, right. Let me just heal a little bit of you with heightened senses. There we are. Constant hordes of massive numbers of heavily armored bloody bastards is hardly making this simple, now is it? Ay, ay, ay. Right, have I got enough ammo for the plasma gun again? Yes, I do. Fantastic. I missed the plasma gun. It certainly makes this a lot less annoying when you can actually kill the baddest bastards. Ooh. Ooh. A blue item. Yay, loot. You all dead yet? Can you stop spawning now? I beg of you, please. No, there isn't. Shut your little mouth. Insignificant ganger scum. Attack train. I'm supposed to attack a train. Why not? Why not? Why not? Uh-oh. Well, this looks like a boss fight. I don't like the way they make the Ogrins look. Their faces are too human. The Ogrin is more baby-faced, really. See, now I wish I'd brought my heavy stubber, because the heavy stubber makes remarkably short work of these boys. Oh. Who the hell decided it was a good idea to mount some kind of Arcotech bullshit lightning generator on the Ogrin? That does not seem like a sensible thing at all to me. Hello, little health packs. Come to me. Ow, 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 ow. Also, the screen fizzy effect. As if it wasn't difficult enough to spot the enemies normally, you then have to add in a bunch of screen fizzy nonsense. It doesn't seem like a particularly good idea again. A lot of little things, a lot of little annoyances that kind of do add up. Like I mentioned, I was on the verge of just abandoning this game in sheer frustration because the little things become a lot more egregious when they happen back to back. Hello there, little psycho. My God, there's a lot of them. Alright, let's do the whole perfect aim thing there for... Ow, jeez, nope, dead. Yeah, when the enemy too also hits you for like 30, 40, 50 hit points each and every goddamn hit, whilst also surrounding you from every single which angle, my God. Like, I almost don't find a use for the medkits, because the damage incoming is so goddamn massive that your ability to heal like 100 hit points with a medkit is, frankly, kind of bloody irrelevant. Like, oh, it's 100 hit points, yay! That's nothing compared to the amount of damage I am actually taking. Oh, I am supposed to be escaping. Right, let's do what the game tells me to do then. I was wondering if I was intended to actually try and kill that absolutely ungodly horde. Apparently not. Right, this is how I escape. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Whilst my Mastiff hauls them off behind me. Alright, let us leave this laggy hellhole. Oh. Escape a little bit further. Let me through the hole. Escape a little bit further. Let me through the hole. There we go. I needed to slide. Hold it right there. Well, hello there. Everything's kind of exploding. Can we do this later? Apparently the latter, as it turns out. Oh, Well, you threw me off the crane. That's going to make it a bit harder to get to me, isn't it? Ah, yes, the good old-fashioned you as a competent character has killed everything around you, but the story demands you be captured by some nonsensical contrived way. You do get to keep your loot, though, so I suppose that's neat. Right, that, then, is Necromunda, Hired Gun. It definitely has some issues. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Performance being one of them. Oh heavens, yes. And the gameplay system as well, too. The rapid moving gun combat is cool. I really like it. And I can see why they would also want to add on the whole healing from doing damage thing. But I feel like they tweaked the damage part of that equation a bit too high. And with the addition of spongy enemies as well, you do end up literally just trading damage with them, hoping that you'll be able to sponge enough damage from your regeneration to outpace their constant stream of damage as well. When you also add in the fact that the enemy kind of blends into the environment, the gunfights become often quite frustrating. I will wrap it up there before we get too many spoilers. Until next time, I have been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.